What if the technology behind UFOs isn't just advanced engineering, but a missing link in the evolution of human consciousness?
And what if the reason it's so hard to understand is because we're looking at it with the wrong lens? The lens of machines instead of the lens of the mind.
Before we go further, stay with us until the very end, because the last theory we'll share might change how you think about UFOs and how you think about yourself.
And while you're here, hit subscribe, because this is just the beginning of a series where we connect the dots between cosmic technology and the inner architecture of the soul.
Let me ask you, have you ever read about a UFO sighting that felt less like an alien invasion and more like a spiritual encounter?
In 1977, for example, in Broadhaven, Wales, an entire class of school children claimed to have seen a UFO land near their playground. But here's the strange part. Many of them described feeling something, a deep calm, as if their minds had been tuned to another frequency.
And then there's the case of Colonel Charles Halt during the Rendlesham Forest incident in 1980. His team measured radiation near a landed craft, but several soldiers also reported an overwhelming sense of unity, almost like a mystical experience.
That's the thread we're pulling on today. The idea that UFO technology might be as much about consciousness as it is about propulsion.
Some call it sacred science, the marriage between advanced engineering and the deep, timeless structures of human awareness.
And I've spent years following breadcrumbs from quantum physics labs to ancient temples. And no matter how far I go, the path always leads to the same place, a technology that doesn't just move ships, it moves minds.
Imagine a craft that doesn't just cut through space, but through the hidden layers of your mind.
My central theory is this. Some UFOs might be designed to interact directly with the human energy field, not just observing us, but tuning us.
Think about the 2004 Nimitz incident. Navy pilots reported a tic-tac-shaped object moving in ways that defy physics. No visible propulsion, no sonic boom, but one pilot, Commander David Fravor, said he felt an unshakable sense of being observed back.
That's not just military jargon. That's the language of consciousness.
Frequencies tuned not to engines, but to brain waves. Resonances that bypass language and speak straight to the nervous system.
Electromagnetic fields so precise they can stretch your perception of time or collapse it into a single, infinite moment.
Which makes me wonder, have you ever had a moment where time slowed down so much you could feel every detail in the air around you?
Here's the twist. Maybe this technology isn't about control at all.
Maybe it's a tool for awakening.
Because if you were an advanced civilization, would you waste time teaching us to build better weapons or to build better humans?
And let's be real, if aliens really wanted to invade, they probably wouldn't start by giving us free meditation upgrades.
Across cultures, separated by oceans and centuries, there are stories that sound uncannily like modern UFO encounters.
In the ancient Upanishads, seekers describe radiant beings descending in chariots of light, surrounded by a hum that vibrates through the bones.
Christian mystics wrote about moments when the heavens opened, flooding them with a brilliance so intense they lost all sense of time and self.
And among Amazonian shamans, there are tales of luminous entities guiding them through other realms, journeys where time itself dissolved into nothingness.
Now, compare that to the 1961 account of Betty and Barney Hill. They didn't just see a craft. They described a light that seemed to pull at their awareness, slowing their thoughts until the outside world faded away.
Or the 1994 Ariel School incident in Zimbabwe, where dozens of children reported not only seeing a UFO, but receiving mental images about caring for the Earth.
These aren't just poetic visions. They're patterns, repeated, persistent, and ancient.
Which raises the question, what if some UFOs are not machines at all?
what if they're silent teachers, waiting for us to tune in?
And here's a question for you watching. If an advanced intelligence wanted to guide human evolution, how would you send the message? Words, symbols, or something that bypasses both?
Modern physics is inching closer to ideas that once belonged only to myth and mysticism.
Quantum entanglement. Particles separated by light years, yet moving in perfect sync, as if they share a hidden language.
Torsion fields, twisting currents of energy that some scientists believe could transmit information faster than light.
And the most radical proposition of all, consciousness as a measurable physical variable in the equations of the universe.
Imagine a craft that doesn't just scan its surroundings, but listens to your thoughts.
In 1991, Princeton's Engineering Anomalies Research Lab tested whether human intention could influence machines. The results? Small but consistent changes, enough to suggest the mind can leave fingerprints on matter.
Now, scale that up. What if a UFO's core systems are built to respond to consciousness?
It would blur the line between pilot and ship, between machine and mind.
And it makes you wonder, are these craft advanced because of their materials or because they're part of a living, interactive system?
Which leads to an even bigger question for you watching. If technology can sync with consciousness, what happens when your consciousness evolves?
If this technology were fully understood, it wouldn't just change science. It would change us.
Imagine healing that doesn't involve chemicals, but the precise tuning of your body's own frequencies.
Picture perception so expanded that the Andromeda Galaxy feels no farther than the moon.
And travel, not in steel ships burning fuel, but in consciousness itself, folding space from within.
It's not impossible. Tibetan monks have reported journeys across vast distances in altered states centuries before the term warp drive was ever invented.
And if UFO technology can bridge mind and matter, it could make those ancient practices accessible on a planetary scale.
Maybe the next giant leap for humanity won't be built in factories.
But awakened inside each conscious mind.
The frontier wouldn't just be outer space. It would be the inner space we've barely begun to chart.
And here's the challenge for you watching. If that technology arrived tomorrow, are you ready to use it, or would it simply overwhelm you?
So, what if the ultimate UFO technology isn't hidden in a hangar, but already alive inside you?
If that's true, then every strange light in the sky might not just be a mystery, but an invitation.
And here's my question to you. If you could use this kind of technology right now, what would you do first? Heal yourself? Explore the cosmos? Or maybe simply understand your own mind?
I'd love for you to write your answer in the comments. You don't need to overthink it. You can keep it simple. Something like, I'd explore other worlds, or I'd find peace within.
And while you're here, if this made you think in ways you didn't expect, hit the like button. It really helps us reach more curious minds like yours.
And subscribe, because this conversation isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning.
You'll see 2 videos on your screen right now. Click one and keep this journey going.
Because the frontier we're exploring is far bigger than the sky.
It's the one inside you.